Good afternoon, guys. It is Meg Rogers coming at you live. So I just had a moment and I wanted to come live and kind of just share some things that I've actually been going through. And I just wanted to address the elephant in the room. So have you ever reached out to somebody and you were just like, please, please, please help me. And I really want this to work. Just tell me what to do and I will do it. And then you learn what to do and you're just like, ooh, and you ghost. Like you just go radio silent. You get that answer. Hey, Amy, you get that answer that you were looking for, but you don't like the answer. Has this ever been you? Because this has been me. This is actually something that I'm back in the throes of dealing with on my own journey right now. Hey, Lisa. So what happens when that happens? Why are we doing that? Like, we want something so bad, you know, somebody is spoon feeding us the information of what we need to do, that we need, and we're just like, no, and in fact, like, you're just pissing me off. Like, I don't want to hear this. And everything that I share on my page is actually because of something that I'm going through. I'm not just pulling things out of the sky and making things up. Like, this is legit stuff that I am dealing with, or, you know, my clients are dealing with. So like I said, everything is from experience. And so I just wanted to come live about it. You know, when it comes to fitness and nutrition, you know, I have it down pat. I know what to do. I've had that rock hard lean body, you know, I've had my dream body and stuff. And then something new happened. I got pregnant for the fourth time. I was fine. And then a couple of months after the pregnancy, during that postpartum, hey, Serena, I was dealing with, you know, a lot of lack of sleep plus my chronic conditions, and all of that stuff was just like that perfect storm. And everything started to go downhill. You know, I was feeling worn out from Gabby not sleeping fully through the night. She would do great, you know, sleeping, and then all of a sudden, bam, and like a month at a time where she just would not sleep. And then just keep pressing forward with our crazy life, because, you know, we have 4 kids and life doesn't stop just because life, you know, it's tough for you. And, you know, adding in sports and 3 other kids and a baby that hated to be in the car seat at night, and we were constantly going everywhere and stuff. And then I was getting anxiety over that, and I have social anxiety. And then, you know, crowds and all that stuff. It was just making me crazy. So last September, I legit fell apart. In fact, like, I've actually been dreading this month. Last month I was dreading September, because this was when I fell apart so bad, in fear that, you know, I was going to repeat it. But what we focus on, we actually start to create and, you know, bring into fruition. So everything's, you know, eventually something just, it had to give last year. And last year that was my adrenals, but we didn't learn about that until recently. So there's been a lot of change, a lot of things happening in our life. And I was going to doctor after doctor just to get, you know, test after test back, saying, oh, everything's fine, you're normal, you're just feeling the normal, typical, you know, tiredness that a mom of your stage in life at 35 would feel. And I'm just like, oh, great, you know, so there's nothing wrong with me, it's all in my head. And, you know, I would ask for these other tests and stuff, and they'd be like, well, that's just not necessary, and, you know, because their insurance wouldn't cover it. And I'm like, listen, I will cover it, just run the damn test. And they wouldn't, they refused. So when my chiro, of all people, was like, hey, I got this functional med doctor you should really go see, and I was like, you know what, my doctors are refusing to do anything else, and they were actually refusing to send me to a functional med doctor. So I went to his doctor. That guy ran all the tests that the doctors refused that I needed. He told me we found all of the answers that we've been waiting for. You know, he told me step by step, this is what you got to do. You know, I have my day planned out hourly and stuff, like I've said before and showed, or no, I haven't showed you guys. I showed in, I think, my private group, of what I've been doing. And then I started self-sabotaging last week, because I'm human too. First it was in the little ways, and then it was started to be in the big ways. And if you're catching this, drop a your favorite emoji or say hi, let me know that you're here. You know, so I want to change. Like, I'm asking for help for change. But I didn't like hearing the answers, and, you know, I didn't like hearing the answers of what it was going to take to actually change. Like, I knew what I needed to do, and I started to do it, but then I just started to get kind of resentful. Like, why me, God? Like, why are you adding this to my list of problems? Like, seriously, give me a freaking break here, you know? And you guys, I get it. Ever since I got my list, I've been frustrated. I've been pissed. I've been self-sabotaging. I've been, you know, I'm battling my eating disorder really bad and heavily, and I'm losing some days, and I'm really annoyed at myself. I was really annoyed at myself many days. But if you want to get to your goals, you have to look inward. You know, you can't just be looking at like the surface stuff of the actions and stuff that you're doing. Why are you doing that? Because like you said, like I've always said, your thoughts control your emotions control your actions or your inactions. So what was my thoughts? It's not that you don't know what to do. It's not that you don't have the help. It's not that nobody's supporting you, because, hey, hello, I'm here. I can support you. And I actually have support. You know, my Fit Sisters are here to help. I got Amy here. I got Serena here. A lot of times people don't want to do the work. And I've been struggling and I've been struggling and I lost my why of why I want to do the work. Like, why do I want to feel better? To feel better. Well, we all say we want to feel better, but who actually is wanting to do the work? That's the other thing. So why? Why have I been struggling? Why have I been self-sabotaging? And honestly, because my ego got in the way. Your ego is the thing that is getting in your way. You know, my ego is stopping me, and wow, is that like a really, really hard pill to swallow or what? Like, does anybody ever want to admit that their ego is the only thing stopping them from succeeding? Hey, Jamie, another Fit Sister with me. I love it. But I'm going to use the advice that was given to me. I'm going to get uncomfortable as much as I don't want to. I'm going to do it, and that's what you got to do too. You know, if you want change, you know it needs to happen. Change needs to happen. You got to do the work. It's not that the program doesn't work or the eating plan that you claim doesn't work for your body. It is bad. It's the not showing up and not doing the work. That's what's bad. It's not that the food doesn't work. It's that you don't know how to change, so that, or it's that you don't want to change. So you pick and choose what you're going to do of that. And then guess what happens? It doesn't work. So the only person that you can be upset with is yourself. And I know that because I'm going through this myself. I keep getting pissed at my husband or my kids or, God or my doctors, and I'm like, the only person I can be upset with is myself, So I'm going to do the work. I'm going to come out of this fighting. I'm going to go and do, the things that I have to do to change. I'm going to talk to myself. I'm going to talk myself up, and I'm going to do it. And, if you keep ignoring, you can keep getting upset. You can keep allowing that ego to just keep you stuck, but you need to look in the mirror, because that is the only person that you are like truly hurting. That and your family too, but when you're ready to make that change, though, amazing things actually do happen. But it is you that has to actually make that choice. Hey, Andrea, must be your lunch break. So now all the other things that are going to get you to where you're going to go if you're doing it. So, you and your mindset is what is actually going to be the biggest life-changing thing for you. My shares, they come from personal experience of what I'm going through. Hey, what my clients are going through. I'm on day 3 of actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing and actually putting in the effort, and not just physically but mentally, because that is the biggest thing for me is, I have actually a lot more energy now just from, than I have since I started this detox actually 3 weeks ago, all from making just like simple changes, this last week, but it didn't kick in until I stopped sabotaging myself this weekend, which was like the oddest time for me to start, because I usually trash everything on the weekends for some reason right now. But just this small tweak from my eating and stuff, and taking each thought captive, that it was the biggest life-changing thing, was just taking each thought captive that was not serving me anymore and actually replacing it with truth, and just recognizing that, guess what, that was a lie, that wasn't truth. Because the longer that you let those lies go rampant, there is an ant crawling all over the phone. That's awesome. It's just going to derail you and hold you back. So if you're ready to change, you're tired of guessing, like, I hope that you reach out, because I hope that nobody's perfect. We are all struggling. We are all dealing with something, just when I think that life is going great, we're getting back on track, I find out I'm in adrenal fatigue and like the last stage before failure. So, sometimes life throws you these things and it's easy to be like, why me? But instead you have to switch it to like, okay, God, what are you trying to teach me? And I've learned, he's using this as just for me to gain more experience in how to actually, help people that are dealing with this too, because this is the greatest mind, I don't know how to say, I can't even think of the perfect word to say it, but this will mess with your head really, really quickly and really bad. So like, you know, in fact, I'm going to be going live this week discussing like all the different diets, because we hear all these things right now about like, oh my gosh, if you count calories, you will lose weight. And if you do keto, you're going to lose weight and stuff. Well, what is the pros and cons of that? Because there's always a downside to those things that nobody wants to discuss that could actually really, really hurt your body and cause issues like I'm dealing with. So you have to be careful about that stuff too. So my girlfriend, who's actually a personal trainer, she actually just went live to discuss like proper form, how to get your abs engaged right so you're actually feeling it, you know, and making the best use of your time so you're not just wasting time. Because yes, you can be doing like workouts and the same workouts that like we might be doing and stuff, but you might not be engaging the way that you're supposed to. So if you're not engaging the way that you're supposed to, you're not going to get the results that you're really wanting to get. So why not make sure you're engaging and learning the proper form so you can get the results that you truly want if you're going to put in the work. So also, like, my favorite one was the squats and stuff, because this was something when I was first starting out, I think my first year, I could not figure out how to squat. I thought I had bad knees, and I actually do have a bad left knee, but I can still squat. And the reason why is because if you have your form right, guess what? You can do it. But if you don't have your form right, you're going to hurt yourself. So your squat might not, your knees might not be bad. It just might be your form that's bad. So it's awesome to have her there because she can actually critique you. Like, you can actually like send her a video and she can critique you. But if you're tired and guessing on, you know, fitness, nutrition, you don't have that support or whatever it is, I hope that you reach out. But all right, guys, you know, I hope that you have an awesome rest of your day.